Welcome to Film and Page. I'm Dominic, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Boom Studios and their Dune House Atreides prequel series. So these are the first two comics in the series, and so they are, there's, each comic has like 4 covers, so I couldn't get all the alternate versions of the covers, but these are the ones that I have. So the main covers are being done by Jay Lee. Now Jay Lee is doing actually another alternate cover, but the main cover that he's also doing like the main covers and like an alternate cover. So he's doing 2 covers for each one, plus each one has an alternate cover. So this is the 2 covers for issue 1 right here. One by Jay Lee, and this other one here, I don't know the artist's name, but he did, I think it's the same artist did the interior art. So pretty solid covers, I have to admit. So we'll take a look at the Jay Lee covers for this. So Jay Lee, I was kind of curious how his artwork was going to translate for Dune and science fiction, because I've talked about Jay Lee's artwork before in the past, and I don't like Jay Lee's mainstream superhero stuff. I don't really find his style suits it, because he has such a distinct style, and it lends itself better to like gothic horror, stuff like that. But it really works well for Dune, and out of the 2 covers, I really like this one with the Bene Gesserit and the blue within blue eyes and stuff. He did a really good job, and I kind of like how there's this, with the background, it has this mirroring effect, like with the worms on either side and stuff like that. Looks fantastic. Now, just to get in a little bit closer here on these comics, written by Brian Herbert, Kevin J. Anderson. Yeah, I really like that Bene Gesserit. He did a good job with that. I like the eyes. Get in a little bit closer there. Blue within blue eyes. That looks really nice. The Beast Raban. They're on this alternate cover, with Duke Leto in the background. And sandworms of Arrakis on either side. Now, taking a look at the 2 alternate covers, this one is more like traditional comic book style cover, and you have this one that is painted. And I really like this painted cover here. This one is pretty cool. I like the colors of this one. I like the strong reds against the blacks and stuff, because this is supposed to be Getty Prime. So this cover I do like it. I think it's a pretty cool cover. And but I think I prefer this one. I like the painting. I like how it almost looks like it's painted in like watercolor or acrylic or something. It kind of has that look to it. Now, I don't know if it just looks like that and was actually done digitally, or it was done with just like kind of more traditional. But it's a pretty cool montage there of, you know, Duke Leto's father when he goes up against the bull and all that. So it's pretty good. So I'll just get in a little bit closer here to more of the details. Yeah, I gotta say, I really like the red. Like the coloring on this cover really makes it pop out. And like the red lighting in the city and stuff of Getty Prime. Looks pretty cool. And then this here, you can see it almost, to me it looks like it was painted either in watercolor or acrylic. Like traditional, like it wasn't done digitally. I don't know, maybe it was, because it's getting harder and harder to tell. I used to be able to spot like something that was painted digitally and something that was painted with like just paints. But now that's getting harder and harder to do. With all the new digital tools, you can really make something look like it was painted with actual paint, when in actuality it was done digitally. So yeah, a lot of cool details in on this. You can see Duncan Idaho as a young boy there. Yeah, really nice cover. So now that we've taken a closer look at the covers, let's check out the interior artwork. And the interior artwork, I'm going to be honest, the colors are fantastic. For this comic, like this first page here, the coloring is great. I mean, it really pops off the page, but I'm gonna be honest, the artwork is hit and miss for me. It almost looks like certain panels are rushed over others. and the inks seem a little bit sloppy or something. But like comparing this to the graphic novel, now neither artist has like a super flashy Jim Lee style of artwork, but I think overall the artwork for the graphic novel, the hardcover, is a lot better than the monthly comics they're putting out. And because some of the artwork, yeah, it does look rushed. So yeah, just taking a closer look at the artwork here. It's like this first page is not too bad. And then probably the best page in the whole book is this one right here, this double page spread of them mining Arrakis with the Harkonnens and the Ornithopters and all that in the air. Like they did a good job on that. Then there's some other parts that it just, I don't know, doesn't really do it to me, for me, to be honest. Like this here looks pretty cool, this introduction to Kytane. You can see the palace right here. And but then there's some other panels that just look like really rushed. Like that one there, like Liet Kynes, like that kind of looks a little bit rushed to me. Like it doesn't look as solid as some of the other panels. Especially that one with Paul, like what's going on with his ear right there, like stuff like that. Like the artwork for me, I'm not totally on board with the artwork. And for me, I think what saves the artwork, to be honest, is the coloring. The colors for the book is fantastic. So moving on with issue 2, same thing, like the artwork is hit and miss, same artist doing the interior work. But I think what really saves the comic is the colorist is really good. I really like the colors of this comic, really bright, stuff like that. But again, some of the artwork is kind of hit and miss with this artist. So that's what I think of the artwork. I think the artwork could be better. It seems rushed in places. And same thing with the inks. It's too bad because the colors are really good. If they paired the colors up with a better artist, it would look a lot better. So yes, if you're wondering, I have read both issues of this comic, and it's not bad for a comic book. It works pretty good. Now, if you've read Dune, House Atreides, well, this is a story that they've adapted, and this is going to be broken up into 12 issues. So you already know the story if you've read Dune, House Atreides, which I read it probably 20 years ago. So it feels a little bit new to me because there's lots that I forgot about what happens in the Dune prequels. So it'll be interesting to see if they go on and adapt the other 2 books into a comic series as well. I guess depending on how this first one sells. But so that's pretty much the story. So if you're not a fan of Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, probably won't want to pick this up because it's basically their own books being adapted into comics. But if you like Frank Herbert, then go pick up the hardcover graphic novel because that is not tinkered with at all. There are just a few, like from what I could see, just a few minor changes here and here, but it's almost pretty much word for word the novel. Now, one thing I am kind of looking forward to, because the Dune house books, I thought they were okay, but as far as prequel series go, the ones I really liked out of the Brian Herbert, Kevin J. Anderson stuff is the Butlerian Jihad and the Machine War. I thought that trilogy was a lot better than the house books, a lot more interesting stuff going on, a lot more action-packed, and that is something I would like to see that adapted into a comic book more than the house books. So if the house books take off and they do really well, hopefully they adapt the Machine Crusade, the Butlerian Jihad, and the Battle of Corran, those 3 books in the comics as well. So that's everything I got to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see you at the next one. I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you all in helping this channel grow. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded.